I'm so hungry.
So eat something.
But it's not mealtime.
So have a snack.
Do you also find yourself hungry when it's not mealtime? In this video, we show you several easy, inexpensive, and healthy options that taste good and won't break a budget. The ideas in this video are for snacks we want to tide us over to the next meal, not to raise blood sugar quickly when we have a low. That is a completely different topic, and we'll save it for another video. Diabetes sucks.
But at Simply Diabetes, we can help you manage your diabetes cheaper and easier.
We are not medical professionals. We are people with diabetes, just like you.
Welcome.
We try to eat well-balanced and healthy meals, but I often get hungry before it's time to eat again. And that's a problem because finding a good, inexpensive snack that is low in impact carbs, tastes good, and won't lead me to want more is a big challenge.
I know, I was trying to find some good options in our grocery store.
To make it worse, they are all designed to make us crave them.
Yeah, the more we eat them, the more we want them. Great if you're selling them, but not so much for us, the consumers.
And they aren't really that wallet friendly because we eat a lot more than the suggested serving size. On top of that, they are shelf stable. In other words, they last a long time, months, sometimes even years. This means they contain preservatives we certainly don't need. The preservatives kill the microbes that normally would eat this food.
I never thought about it this way, but your grandma was right. So what do we do? I know you have some ideas.
I do. But before we run and get something to eat, it's worth it to stop for a moment and figure out whether we are really hungry. I know sometimes I feel like eating something, but when I examine my feelings, it's not hunger.
You often feel peckish.
That's a good word, peckish. Very British of you. Anyway, when cravings hit, it doesn't mean we should run into the kitchen and make a beeline for food. And certainly not for a carby snack. It does mean we should do something, but that something could be surprising. For example, a lot of people have trouble telling the difference between hunger and thirst. I know, I'm one. So the first thing I do when I feel peckish is actually to drink some water. Often that solves the munchies problem.
And if it doesn't, we have a video about how to manage cravings.
I added a link to it below.
What makes a good snack?
I can think of several things. First, we want a snack to tide us over until the next meal. We don't want to eat something only to be hungry half an hour later. So a good snack has some protein or some fiber, preferably both. So a handful of pretzels or a piece of candy probably isn't the best thing. These have no fiber and no protein, so we'll be hungry again in no time. Next, we want the snack to not spike our blood sugar. This is hugely important at any time, but particularly at times when we are sitting and not moving.
So, if you're at work and it's 3 p.m., you still have quite a bit of time to sit behind your desk and work.
Right. Also, we want our snacks to provide some nutritional value. For example, a bag of chips or pretzels doesn't give us much in terms of nutrition. We are paying for our snacks, so we might as well get something that will do us good.
Got it. No chips or cookies. What else?
We want the snack to fit in our budget. Many snacks are expensive. And we are frugal and we don't want to waste our money on things that won't benefit us.
Yes.
And finally, we want the snack to taste good.
Often we have the sad combination of a snack not meeting any of these. Look at all these snacks. They're terrible. Lots of carbs and little else. And the prices. This is bad.
We definitely can do better. Here are some of our ideas. We always have hard-boiled eggs in our fridge. These are no trouble to cook. And when munchies hit, you can grab one. So now that we have eggs, we can eat them as is or spice them up. Add some veggies and you're good to go.
Eggs and Persian cucumbers travel well, so you could take a snack like this to work or wherever you're going.
Exactly. This next demo is my favorite. It's turkey roll-ups with lettuce or arugula. I grow greens in our garden, so this is a very inexpensive snack for us.
Our next idea is my favorite. Celery and peanut butter. It's crunchy, tastes good, and also travels well.
You can replace the peanut butter with cream cheese. And you can add some raisins. Raisins will make it sweet, but don't go crazy on them because they do raise blood sugar.
And finally, we like nuts. Any nuts are fine. I like peanuts, which I know aren't truly nuts. They make a great snack.
My favorites are pecans. We also like walnuts and almonds. We have all these ideas, but they won't do you any good if you don't plan ahead. If you don't have anything at hand, you will reach for something that doesn't help. I know I would.
We already mentioned we always have hard-boiled eggs in our fridge. This way, it's easy to grab one whenever we need it.
Yes. Also, if you're often hungry mid-afternoon at work and the vending machine is tempting you with the chocolate bars and other high-carb things, it's much easier to resist the temptation if you have something else to eat.
You haven't talked about emergency snacks.
Oh yeah! We have one more trick up our sleeves, an emergency snack. I always have a protein bar in my purse, and there is also one in our car. If we are starving but there's nothing to eat, or there are only bad choices, we can eat one of those bars. Most of the time, we share one.
Our favorite is a Quest bar. It only has a small amount of carbs.
A bar like this is great in emergencies, but it's not something we would eat every day. First, it's not that inexpensive, and more importantly, it is highly processed. And by the way, that did not sponsor this video.
What about fruit?
Fruit can make a wonderful snack, but we need to be careful. An apple, for example, travels well and has fiber, but unfortunately it also has sugar. If your blood sugar is well managed in general, an apple will be fine. If it's often too high, I would find something less carby. Also, it might be wise to pair the fruit with a handful of almonds or a piece of cheese. These add protein, making us feel full longer and also mitigating the sugar spike somewhat.
So, these are some of our favorite snacks.
What about you? Do you have a favorite snack that is great for diabetes? Tell us in the comments.
If you found this video useful, give us a like and subscribe to our Simply Diabetes channel. And don't forget to tell your friends.
See you next week. Until then, keep your blood sugar in a healthy range.
Bye.
Bye.